How are we doing, everybody? Welcome to the first installment, episode 1 of the Rams Active YouTube channel. I know, I've been on
No.
podcasts. I've been a co-host on a podcast, but it's time to start up my own thing. So here, my first guest on the Rams Active channel is a good friend of mine. I've been on his stuff before. He's a ball knower for sure. One of my personal favorite Rams fans, JT, also known as James Torillo. That's his legal name.
How we doing,
Uh,
everybody?
but yeah, JT, tell them where they can go find you at.
You guys can find me on TikTok, Jay Torillo. I post all LA sports stuff there. You can follow my YouTube channel. It's just my name, James Torillo. And then on Instagram, I am James.Torillo. So pretty simple. It's pretty much just my name everywhere. I post Rams content, Dodgers content, Lakers content for all you LA sports fans out there. You can find the Rams Faithful podcast with me and Jordan Bear on my YouTube channel, as long as the James Torillo show as well. So, but more importantly, we're here on Rams Active. I am honored to be the first guest for your show, Rune. I'm very honored, and more importantly, dude, the Rams are the 1 seed.
Man,
Let's go.
back in front in the 1 seed. Victory Monday. Victory Monday. Always Mondays are always better with the victory.
Oh, absolutely. Are you looking forward to a Victory Friday too? We might have two
Uh,
victories this week.
yeah, that would be great having a Victory Monday and Victory Friday. You know, I did say the same thing going in that 49er game on Thursday Night Football, so let's hope it's not a
Ooh, I forgot
repeat
about that game.
there. But yeah, just coming off a great game in LA in the Rams house against a little. I mean, you call them a rival a little bit. I personally don't because there really shouldn't be much of a rivalry there. But the
Against
Rams, but at the Rams and Lions. No, I'm talking about Rams and Lions because we played them last 3 years, twice in Ford Field, and then you finally play them here, in SoFi Stadium with the
I
Rams.
I
The
would call
Rams
it
have
a little
secretly,
mini rivalry.
it's a
I
little
would
bit, but the Rams.
a little bit.
One thing I really have noticed this year from going to the games and stuff, I've been to 3 already. I've been to 2 games, 2 Rams games before the season, and then going into the season now, I've been to 3. About to go to 4 week 18 against the Cardinals. But no, this Rams crowd is probably the loudest I've ever been in. Of course, I mean, wasn't really familiar with that familiar with SoFi Stadium coming into this season, but man, all I can hear everybody talking about is this Rams home field advantage. And I mean, it's getting to that point. I mean, the Rams, I mean, we get loud when we're in there, and especially, whoa, I don't even know what's going on with me. I'm kind of cold, man. It's cold in my house, wearing short
You're cold,
sleeves,
dude. I'm in Jersey. There's 6 inches of snow on the ground. You're in
yeah,
California. I don't
wearing the
feel.
Devontae jersey in spirit.
Let's
Prayers
go.
up to Devontae. Hopefully he recovers from that injury. No, just a great game in Detroit and a great crowd. Decent amount of Lions fans from what I could tell, but I mean, I've had this argument forever. I talk to almost everybody I know who tries to push this narrative that the Rams have no fans. It's that SoFi Stadium is what I like to call a destination stadium. It's one of those places you go out of your way to catch a flight and go to a game there because
Oh,
it's one of a kind. I mean, if you've I don't think you've been to SoFi yet. Have you?
I've not. I have
You have
not.
not? Well, you are missing out, man.
I know.
The night before my first Rams game, I was looking up videos on SoFi Stadium, like cool things about SoFi Stadium, and just man, SoFi Stadium. The times I've been there, it's just I don't just the building has me in awe, and what
Yeah.
has me even more in awe is, of course, the football team that owns that stadium, not the football team that shares that
Mm,
stadium,
that's right.
because
Not
Stan
the
Kroenke built it. Stan Kroenke built it.
It's the Rams house, not
It
the San
is
Diego Renters house.
Nope, not at all. Let's send them back to San Diego, please. I don't like sharing a stadium.
Honestly.
I
Same
don't
with
like
like
sharing a
the
stadium.
Clippers and like imagine if
Yeah.
the Padres
Well,
moved to LA. Like that would be stupid.
yeah, well, I think that would create like civil war.
Oh yeah.
Or I
Oh,
mean, not really, because I think there's more Dodger fans in San Diego than there are Padre fans. You could
that
kind of
is
make that
kind of
argument.
that
It's
is kind of the
if anything, it's 50
yeah.
because the Padres, they do have a loyal fan base down there.
Yeah.
But getting back just this Rams Lions game, there's a lot of stuff to come away, a lot of positives, a lot of there's a lot of positives in this game, of course, like I just said, but there was also some negatives that I think need to be talked about here. But let's focus on the positives first. I like focusing on the positives. But JT, what did you see from this game? Obviously, you see Stafford slinging it like usual, and Puka just continues to amaze me. But who are some other players besides the usual suspects, Stafford and Puka? Who are some key players that you saw make a difference in this game?
To be completely honest, I think this past Sunday, Lions Rams, I think we were blessed on our television. We got to see the best running back duo in the league, and we also got to see Gibbs and Montgomery too. I mean, look, I love Kyron Williams, but you know I'm a Michigan fan. You know I love my Wolverines. Blake Corum, one of my favorites. I bought his jersey as soon as we drafted him, and
That's dedication.
I tried telling everybody this dude's a dog. He's going to be great. Him and Kyron Williams, his rookie year, he did not get the ball enough whatsoever. He was not in the game plan enough, and I think that's a main reason why our. I'm not saying Blake Corum is the whole reason why our offenses took a huge step from this year from last year, but it's definitely part of it. And people talk about the passing game. People talk about how Matthew Stafford's the MVP, which he is. People talk about Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, best receiving core in football, but it's so great to have another aspect of your offense be so strong, like this running game with Blake Corum and Kyron Williams, and it kind of takes some pressure off of Puka and Devontae, especially now if Devontae's hurt. Let's say he's out for the rest of the regular season. We don't have to rely just on number 9 throwing to number 12. We can talk about, all right, it's 1st and 10 from our own 30. Let's give the ball to number 23. Okay, he gets 5-6 yards. Let's give the ball to number 22. Okay, he gets 5-6 yards, first down. Now let's take a deep shot to either number 5 or number 12. We have so many options on this offense, and I love it. And, people thought I was just saying, Blake Corum was going to be a star just because he was my favorite at Michigan. No, I'm saying that because he is a dog. And Blake Corum, I can guarantee you he's going to be a Pro Bowler one day. He is an elite running back, and he has the potential to. And I'm not saying that he isn't or is RB1, but if he was on a team that didn't have an elite running back like Kyron Williams, he would be the number one running back on most teams in the NFL. I truly believe that.
Yeah, if there's one thing JT is all about, it's dedication, man. He's known Blake Corum was going to be what he is right now. And honestly, I mean, I agree with him. I mean, I didn't look at him as, he's going to be splitting reps with Kyron Williams, like a 1A, 1B kind of thing. I didn't really think that, but I knew Blake Corum was going to be the perfect complement to Kyron Williams as the RB. And I remember sitting there on draft night. I think it was day two? Was it day two or day three? I think
Uh,
it had
Day
an
two, it was round
it
three.
was it was day two. Yep, it was round three. Thank you for clarifying right there. I remember my brother apparently he got the pick early or saw it on his phone somewhere get announced, and he looked at me, and he looked at me and he smiled at me and he said, "I did not know this guy was still on the board, and you are gonna love this pick." And I honestly couldn't think. I'm like, who? And then the last thing I was expecting was a running back, and I hear because I'd already been watching Blake Corn because obviously Michigan winning the national championship that year.
Right.
But I remember hearing Blake Corum's name get announced with the blah 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 pick in the was it 2023
2024.
2024 in the 2024 draft. The Rams select Blake Corum. I just yes, oh my god, I didn't know he was still available. Yes, because I loved what I saw out of him, and when I saw him play there at Michigan, only one running back came to my mind in terms of play style, and that running back is Kyron Williams. I mean, you look at their play styles, you look at it's hard to tell them apart until their names
Yeah.
announced on the team. Like I remember there's been a couple times where I thought it was just Kyron getting like a nice 8-9 yard gain, and then he gets up, and that was Blake Corum on the carry. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Dude,
But
they look similar, and it doesn't help that they're number 23 and number
yeah,
22.
yeah, they look
So
similar, they play similar, both
when
got
you're
tattoos on the arms. I
yeah,
mean, they're
when you're
almost
looking at
identical, man.
when you're looking at the TV, it's not like the running back is facing the camera. He's sideways. So if he's sideways, you can see the 2, but you can't see if the other number is a 3 or a 2. And you can just see the big biceps with the
Yeah,
tattoos, and they got obviously a helmet on. So you can't even tell until this guy breaks 30 yards. You're like, "Oh, that's Blake Corum again," because he's a
yeah.
dog. So, yeah, I was saying though, I mean, I think Blake Corum is so good, and I'm not trying to sound like that LeBron meme where he's like, "Oh, I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen." I had been saying since he got drafted that this was a steal. I thought he should have been a first rounder, honestly. I really thought he should have been.
I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be late first round, maybe early second round.
There was not enough talk about Blake Corum going into that draft because of how good that championship Michigan football team was. And I think because the team was so stacked and had so much success, the last thing you're thinking of is, oh, is their running back going to be, a top 15, top 20 pick? Everyone was focused on JJ McCarthy, who I also love. Everyone was focused on the guys from that defense, like Mason Graham, who got drafted 5th overall this past year. A lot of other guys as well. We got Josiah Stewart from Michigan. Will Johnson got drafted to the Cardinals this year. There were so many phenomenal players from that Michigan team that got drafted. And I think Blake Corum went very unrecognized, and he was kind of in the shadow of just how dominant that team was. But if you watched Michigan football from 2021 to 2023, you would have seen this coming too. And it was easiest thing I could have predicted to say that Blake Corum was going to be a dog, because every game at Michigan, he would break one for like 60 yards every time. And trust me, you can quote me on this now. This is not Blake Corum's peak. He has not reached it yet. I promise. He has not reached his peak yet. He is playing great football right now, but he has not reached his peak. I know it's his second year, but I kind of count it as his first year, because his first year, he did not get the ball enough whatsoever. He didn't have a single touchdown his first year. This is his first true year as a true running back in the NFL, and he is playing like a Pro Bowler right now, these last 5-6 weeks. This is not his peak yet, Rams fans. If you want to go out and get a Rams jersey, go out and get number 22. This dude's a stud.
I agree 100%, man. Blake Corum, I think you're right on that. I don't think he's reached his peak yet. And kind of just going back to Blake Corum's performance from this week, and honestly, just from the last couple weeks, I mean, he has been almost dominant. I mean, he has a touchdown in I think the last 3 games he's had at least a touchdown. He had 2 in that Arizona game, 1 against the Lions, and he had 2 really good runs in that game, including one where he set the edge for a touchdown, which I was so hyped for that. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I I was laying in my bed over there watching from my bed most of the game. But I think that was one touchdown where I really got out of my bed and was like, yeah, like that was wow. He's exceeded my expectations. Honestly, I can't lie. I did go into the season being like, hey, depending on the individual performances, you could see a Jarquez Hunter take over at the RB2 spot. But no,
Mm.
you look and you obviously just see how much better Blake Corum is than Jarquez Hunter. Obviously, not only on the field, but you see that Jarquez Hunter, I don't even think has made a start yet. I don't think he's starting him, which I think will change week 18 depending on the situation, playing for the 1 seed. But no, Blake Corum's been great. I have too much positive to say about him, man. He's becoming one of my favorites on this team, just how Manuel Forbes was, and then we all know how Manuel Forbes is doing now. But another guy I want to touch on, 2 touchdowns in this game, and a guy who's really filled a gap, a hole in this offense that has been put on the IR. That is Colby Parkinson, man.
OB.
He has been great. That's 2 touchdowns for him today. I think he had 1 against Arizona, and I
He
think it
has
was like 5 touchdowns in his last 6 games. I don't know.
It
But
was 5, now it's 7 after yesterday. 7 touchdowns in his last 6 games.
yeah, he is becoming a red zone machine. Those tight end screens, I mean, besides, that one at the very beginning of the game, Stafford throws the interception near pick 6 to
Mhm.
Hutchinson, which Hutchinson's a great player. I mean, Hutchinson is one of those players that I hate when he plays us, but he's a player I really admire watching just because how good he is at his job and his position. But no, those tight end screens with Parkinson have been lethal, and just kind of in the red area. Parkinson has been just scary for NFL defenses. I mean, speaking of Colby Parkinson, you do have a lot of controversy on that first touchdown. He catches it. Lions fans acting like that call in the was it the it had to be in the third quarter. Was it in the third quarter?
Third quarter, yeah.
Yeah. You would have thought that was the game-winning touchdown right there. Like, that was 2 seconds left on the clock, and Matthew Stafford threw it towards the end zone, and they called that a catch and a touchdown for the Rams to win the game. No, that
No.
happened in the third quarter. The Lions still had chances to force the Rams 3 and out, get some turnovers, what have you. I'm on the side that it was a touchdown. From what I see, I really haven't looked at it too much. All I see is Colby catching it, having it in his arms, and not really gaining full control until his knees are on the floor and the ball is over the goal line, stretches the plane, everything. So the other one was all ball. Yeah, it was just he caught it, broke a couple tackles, got into the end zone. But Colby Parkinson, man, him and Corum, man, last couple weeks, they have just been two of my favorites to watch. Anything you have to add on that Parkinson?
Yeah, I mean, with Higbee out, Higbee, I truly believe that Tyler Higbee is the greatest tight end in Rams history. I do. I think he's the greatest tight end to once.
I really don't know who tops him.
And him being out is a bigger loss than people think. And you would think that with Tyler Higbee out, all right, they're going to go to the tight end less. They're just going to use the tight ends to block. Maybe if anything at all, we're going to see more of Davis Allen, who had a few touchdowns earlier in the year, or we're going to see more of Terrence Ferguson, who the Rams used an early second round pick on. But no, we see more of Colby freaking Parkinson scoring 7 touchdowns in his last 6 games, and who has been an absolute stud and a huge part of this offense. He could not be playing his role any better right now. He is, if you were to give him an overall 1-99 on his last 6 games alone, it'd be a 99. I'm so happy with how he has been playing. It is unbelievable. He has been such a big part of this offense with Higbee out, and I'm a little concerned why Terrence Ferguson isn't getting the ball as much, but I'm gonna put it like this. I think it's similar to what we saw from Blake Corum last year, where because he's a rookie, we don't, not that McVay doesn't trust him, but he kind of wants to slowly work him into the offense more. And I think I'm going to predict this a year in advance. I think Terrence Ferguson is going to be the tight end version of Blake Corum next year in his second season. That's what I think we're going to see. So Colby Parkinson, 10 out of 10. Great job. Love the Selly as well. 2 touchdowns. First touchdown, by the way, might be a hot take, but I think it was a touchdown because like you said, he didn't really control the ball until he was on the goal line. But let's say for you Lions fans out there, let's say it wasn't a touchdown. First and goal at the 1-yard line with the best running back duo and the best quarterback in the league. You think we're not going to score?
Yeah, that was my biggest pet peeve about them talking about that. They're like, that changed the outcome of the game. I'm like, because some people were trying to argue that it wasn't a catch. It was a catch. All right. It
Oh
was a
yeah,
catch. That if anything, it wasn't a touchdown and it was a catch. You look at it, and if it is a catch, well, you're down at like the 1, right? Do you think the Lions who were holding Blake Corum and Kyron Williams to like 4 yards a carry were just going to magically put on their big boy shoes and stop them and let
right.
them not gain a yard? Like, I mean, that's crazy. And especially just, yeah, that game they were having, the both of them. But no, Lions fans kind of acting like that was just the outcome of the game right there. That's stupid. I mean, if it wasn't a touchdown right there, it would have been a touchdown 1, maybe 2 plays after. So that's all.
Even if it wasn't going to be a touchdown, let's say it's first and goal from the 1. Unless there's like a fumble or a 99-yard pick six, worst case scenario, we run it in on first down, but there's a hold. So that puts us back to the 11 and we don't score. Okay, we'll take 3 points. We won the game by 7, so we would have won by 4 instead of 7. No,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and if we really want to critique the refs, the Lions' last touchdown, that pass interference call on Forbes was
That
not
was that
interference.
was weak. That was
That gave them 7 free points and it kept them in the game for the time being. So I'm really looking at a final score of 41-27. The Rams beat the
yeah.
Lions by 2 touchdowns. That's what I'm really looking at. So I mean, I'm not one to blame the refs for anything. I
No.
think it's part of the game. I think you're going to get an incorrect call here and there. I don't think that really affects the whole outcome of the game. But yeah, that's my take on it. But speaking of Forbes, I know he was one of your favorites, and you're a little bit frustrated with him these last few weeks. So tell me about that, or what's going on with Forbes.
It's not hard to see how he's been playing as of these last couple weeks. And I mean, he had some tough assignments today. I mean, he played against Amon-Ra St. Brown, top 5 receiver in the league, Jameson Williams, who I'd argue is a top 15 for sure. I mean, Jameson Williams, he's a speed kind of guy. You saw him get open down the seam a couple of times for some big gains. He had to guard Isaac Slaw a couple times. I was really high on Isaac Slaw in the draft. Really wished he was a Ram. At the end of the day, he's not. So, just gotta deal with that. But Manuel Forbes in the end zone was locked down on that last possession. My bad, I'm stumbling words today. But he was locked down on that play, and I hate to go after your Lakers here, JT, but that penalty was almost that wasn't almost that was some LeBron James level floppage right there. I mean, that was weak, but I mean, work smarter, not harder, I guess, right there. I mean, it set up a touchdown, but I mean, yeah, Lions fans really just going after the refs because of this one, finding every excuse to blame the loss not on themselves, but on the refs. Because apparently the refs love the Rams and that LA and the refs have like a secret kind of party club thing
Yeah.
going on. I couldn't even explain to it. I think someone tried to say the government was in on it and stuff. I'm like, are you?
I think I actually saw Stafford and the ref do a jersey swap after the game. I don't know
Yeah,
if
yeah. Yeah, I saw that too, man. Like, no. Kind of just going back to what you said about Forbes, though. It's been frustrating to say the least watching him play last couple weeks. He had the best stretch of his career earlier in the season, but I'll always be a homer for Emmanuel Forbes. I'm a big fan of his story. Him getting released by Washington and claimed by LA last year and then playing, I mean, out of his mind for about a month. I see the potential in him. And is it rough for him right now? Yeah. But he's shown that he can be that elite level defender. And I think the best is yet to come for him. I think he could be playing through maybe a soft tissue injury that we don't know about. But then again, that's just me trying to defend him right there. But I mean, Emmanuel Forbes, I'll always support Emmanuel Forbes no matter what. I mean, he's a guy I really like, and I'll just always be a homer. I'll always support him. No matter if he goes somewhere like God forbid he goes to San Francisco or Seattle or something like that. I mean, I'll always support him. He's a great guy and just not playing the best football right now, but I have no doubt that he's going to step it up here.
Yeah, I think honestly, I'm not trying to make excuses for the guy. Has he been playing his best football these last few weeks since the Carolina game? No. But I think the main reason behind it is that he's being overworked. I think Akello Witherspoon being out and not getting that many reps these last few weeks has taken a toll on him. I know Quentin Lake's not a corner, but still one of the big pieces of this team's secondary is also out, which is why we see Josh Wallace a lot these last few weeks. And you also have McCreary on IR, who was supposed to be the guy to step in while Akello Witherspoon was hurt. But since McCreary's now hurt and Witherspoon's not fully healthy, we're seeing Forbes. We're seeing Emmanuel Forbes Jr. And I think he's done an excellent job filling that spot. I don't expect him to go out there and look like 2020 Jalen Ramsey. I don't. But
Nobody's 2020 Jalen Ramsey.
exactly. Exactly. I think that's what some Rams fans are expecting to
The
see.
GOAT.
But yeah, but I've been satisfied with how he's played so far. Forbes, keep it up. You're doing a great job. Yeah.
Love him. He's a great player, even better guy. One more thing before we wrap it up here. Just kind of what are your expectations going into Seattle? Of course, it's going to be a close game. I don't think it'll be anything but a one score game. But what are your expectations against Seattle? Who's going to go off? Who's going to have a breakout game? And what do you think is your final score prediction here?
I gave my score prediction on the Rams Faithful podcast earlier today. That's coming out tonight.
Go check it out, guys.
My score prediction
Or else
was
you're grounded.
Rams 20, Seahawks 16. I see a low scoring game. You got the best defense in the league in Seattle, I believe, against one of the best quarterbacks.
It's hard to argue that Houston defense, but
Yeah. At least the best defense in the NFC, I think. I think this Seattle defense is
yeah,
legit. The reason we scored
Rams and
21
Seahawks are
points.
both top 3 defenses. I mean,
Yeah.
top 5 for sure.
I think the Seattle defense is legit, and let's go back in time and go to when we beat them in LA. We put up 21 points. Most of those points were because we had great field position because Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions. We did not have one drive that game where we started from the 30 or the 35 and just drove down the field, marched down the field, and put up 7 points. We didn't have that the whole game against their defense. We didn't. Because of that, I say we only scored 20 points, but I think Matt Stafford's going to have a good game. Breakout player of the game, Jared Verse. Jared Verse has been quiet this season, in my opinion. I don't think we've heard enough of him this season, but hey, great players make great plays. Jared Verse is a great player. Jared Verse will have 2 sacks on Sam Darnold Thursday night, and the Rams get the win.
That's pretty bold right there. Jared Verse has been described as quiet. He's getting the pressures. There's one play that I really liked from him. He got a lot of pressure on Goff. Goff threw it. Jalen McCullough almost comes up with the interception right there, but it forces a 4th down. Great play from Verse right there. Verse, he gets the pressures, but not as much the sacks. And I mean, we saw that last year in his defensive rookie of the year season. But no, he's not getting a lot of the sacks. I mean, but really nobody is right now. I mean, you see, I think it was maybe 1 sack yesterday. I think it was 1, maybe 2. I
Yeah,
know Kobe Turner
Kobe
got in
Turner.
there, the conductor. But no, I think saying Jared Verse is going to have a good game, that's not ridiculous to say. I mean, you look, and I think this Rams D line is going to get some pressures on Darnold. I mean, we saw that, of course, in their first meeting this year, causing Sam Darnold to throw 4 interceptions. I don't think we're going to see a crazy 4 interception game from Darnold again. But to be fair, Sam Darnold did not play good football against a Indianapolis Colt defense. So I don't know. I think divisional games are almost always harder. You could see whatever you see out of there, but I think the Rams seeing this defense once is going to help them, of course, with that offensive struggle, like you mentioned. I'll drop a prediction and a breakout player and a final score prediction, like just like you did. I think what did I say? Was it a final score prediction, breakout
Final
player?
prediction, breakout player.
I think if I had to choose one breakout player, uh, for this game, I mean, I'm gonna go. This is tough. I'm thinking of 2, actually 3 guys here. I don't know who to narrow it down to.
Give me all 3. Give me all 3.
Give you all 3? All right, here we
Who
go.
says you gotta narrow it down? Give me 3
I'm
breakout
gonna
players.
kind of go with you here in the edge room, but not going to be a guy you're expecting me to do. It's not Jared Verse. I'm expecting a multi-sack game from a player who I really thought would play great this Sunday against Detroit, and that is Michigan Wolverine Josiah Stewart. He's been a guy I've been high on all year. I was high on him when we drafted him. Thought he'd go well with Byron Young and Jared Verse there in the edge room. But no, I think you could potentially see a great performance out of Josiah Stewart here.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Number two, staying on the defensive side of the ball. All 3 are defensive players. So
Okay.
since this will be a low scoring game, probably see some defensive playmaking. This guy has been a pivotal run stopper, if not the most pivotal run stopper. He's who I like to call the anchor of this defensive line, and that is number 95, Poona Ford. He has
Okay.
been he's been pivotal to this Rams run stopping defense. He's great. You look at the film's there. He's just a great player. Loved the pickup when we got him this offseason. Love Bobby Brown to death. Always support him, but Poona Ford was the right guy to sign there. Former Los Angeles Charger.
San
But no,
Diego.
San Diego. Oh, really? Was he that too?
No, I just called them San Diego
Oh, yeah, yeah.
because
He was also a former Seahawk too, so that's kind of something. I don't really. That was like a brief part of his career, I think. I don't know. I don't know the Poona Ford lore. Yeah, I think we'll see a pretty good game out of Poona Ford. Kind of just going back to the Detroit game. My number one nightmare just going into this game, I thought we were going to give up about like 200 yards and like 2 touchdowns of Jahmyr Gibbs. Nope. no touchdowns, and I think 58 yards, man. That has been the story of this Rams run defense, stifling every just elite running back. You look at Saquon Barkley week 3. And Saquon, of course, not having the greatest year of his career, coming off probably the best year of his career. Now he's sometimes not even considered in top 10, which I think is kind of crazy. He's
That's
still a
great.
great player, but he's not putting up the stats this year. But no, you see the Rams shut down Saquon Barkley. They bounced back the next week. They shut down Jonathan Taylor. They shut down Christian McCaffrey in one of the meetings. Christian McCaffrey more of a receiving back than a running back this year. But no, the Rams have battled through adversity facing these tough running backs, guys like Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley. And then this week, facing Jahmyr Gibbs, who I think has surpassed Jonathan Taylor for the best running back in the league.
Mm.
Certainly the best scoring running back in the league. And you hold him under 60 yards. Wow. And that could be all Poona Ford's dealing, but no, it's Poona Ford, it's Braden Fisk, it's what's his name? It's Desjuan Johnson. It's Kobe Turner. It's all these guys on the defensive line. Our defensive line has just been eating all
Byron
year.
Young.
Byron Young, team leader in sacks with 11. He's
Mhm.
really having a great year. Breakout year, might I add. He's been
Oh
great.
yeah.
He's been great. Extension hopefully due for him soon. And then um the Rams need to go to Puka, give him a blank check, and say, write as many zeros as you want on this thing. We're
Yeah.
keeping him. That
Yeah.
that needs to be the main focus of this offseason. That's if Stafford doesn't retire, it should be the main focus anyway. Puka being signed long term should be the number one focus. Number two focus, if it's not finding a new quarterback to start, it's finding a successor to have start in the next year. But we'll get more into that as the draft approaches. We got all the time in the world to think about that. But I'm gonna give you my last potential breakout player, and it's a guy who I don't think really is talked about enough.
Can I take a
I'm actually gonna
guess?
add one more. I'm actually gonna add one more after this because I just thinking of too many guys, man. You can take a guess. Yeah, go ahead.
Is he in the secondary?
He is in the secondary.
Is it the land shark Kobe Turner or
It
Kobe
is
Durant?
not. It is not.
Hmm. All right. Who is it?
That would be the first one I'm thinking about. Jalen McCullough.
Okay. Okay.
Jalen McCullough. Man, he's been playing good. He's exceeded my expectations. Oh, my friends here. I got to go soon. And then my other one, Cam Curl. Cam Curl. He's due for an interception. Saw him get 2 there in Indianapolis. But no, those are my breakout players. And if I had to choose a final score for this game, let's see how long. Oh, we've been going for almost 40 minutes here. Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, one more. My final score prediction before we head off. Then wrap it up here. I think this game is going to be close to what you think. I think this game will be 24. I think it'll be 24-17.
Okay.
I think it'll be a one touchdown game. I don't think it's going to be as much of a shootout as the Detroit game. But no, I think the Rams get it done in Seattle off the short week and all but lock up the 1 seed in the NFC.
I like it. I like it a lot. As long as they get the win, all that matters.
Yep, that's where we're gonna end it here right now. Everybody watching this, I don't know how many people are going to be watching this. This is episode 1. Go show JT some love. He's dedicated. He posts some really funny stuff on TikTok, I can't lie. And he's dedicated to it too. He's dedicated to everything he posts, the Rams Faithful podcast, as well as his other podcasts, which I'm a guest on the Dodger podcast, which still waiting for some more stuff to go down before we film another episode. But go show JT some love, man. He plugged his socials at the beginning of the episode, so if you got those, just rewind a little bit, go give him a follow or two, and yeah. But JT, it was a pleasure to have you on the first installment on the Rams Active channel. So thank you for coming on, brother.
Thank you for having me. Horns up, and I wish you the best of luck running this channel. Everybody, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to Rams Active, I mean, what are you doing? Are you even a Rams fan? Come on. I mean, wake up. Go hit the little button down here. Yep. And now hit that button that says subscribe. Yep. And then the button that has the thumbs up, hit that too. Thank you.
Hey, you said it on me, but that's going to be it for today. Thanks to all who tuned in, and I'm gonna get another episode up this week with Johan. Try to get that out pretty snappy here. Give you guys something to watch. But that's gonna be all from us. That's JT. It's been Rune.
Sweet. Peace. Go Rams.